Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Hello. How's it going? How's everyone doing today? Hope I find you all well. I hope you're all ready. Are you ready for a fun day of gameplay streaming? I hope so. It is my final consecutive streaming day of the week, although this week was certainly a weird week because of the Christmas holiday. It did not feel like a regular streaming week at all. Like, it felt very, very odd compared to a normal week, that's for sure. So welcome. Today is Monday, December 28th, 2020. How you doing? Hopefully you all had a great holiday weekend. We're heading into the final week of I say heading into the final week, although in only 4 more days in December. Including today. So I guess technically 3.5 more days in the month of December until we head into a new year, 2021, right? Now, just to forewarn all of you, I've eaten a giant bean burrito for breakfast, and I am ready to explode. No, I'm kidding. What I want to forewarn you all of is that outside today in our neighborhood, we have a gutter cleaning service. They're going around cleaning out our gutters. We've actually had a lot of rain recently, so they're probably checking to see if they're clogged up or whatever. So you may hear a little bit of noise outside of the studio office here today. I have the window open as usual to get air in the office, so it's not stuffy. But we may hear some people outside, metal clanging and walking around stuff, If that's the case, if it gets loud, I'll just close the window. But I don't hear that much. I've heard a few people talking and stuff outside, but not too much. So I don't think it'll disturb the stream too much here today. Okay? So anyway, today is Monday. And today is going to be a great streaming day. Because today we are doing Yakuza Like a Dragon on the first stream, and we are in the midst of giant story developments. We're in the middle of a huge story mission. All right, that as appears to be, there's going to be like a big boss fight and everything coming up, and I'm curious to see what happens. So it should be pretty fun. As you know, I've been doing tons of side content, but there's also been big story developments the last couple of streams as well. It's a good mix. So we'll see what happens today. I don't know if today will be all story or if there will be more side content. I have no idea. We're going to find out here today. Okay? So that's going to be fun. I love Yakuza 7. We're over 40 hours into it. And from what people are telling me, I'm basically a little bit maybe over halfway through the game. So this playthrough is likely going to be 70 to 80 hours at this rate, which is fine. I'm enjoying myself, and I hope you guys have been enjoying the ride as well. Tonight, I'm finally going to get to play some Black Ops Cold War multiplayer. Usually I've played it at least 2 times a week. Last time that I played it was during my Christmas marathon last Wednesday. And then, of course, the Christmas holiday happened. And then, of course, this weekend doing normal playthroughs. So finally I get to play it tonight. And the good news about this is the free trial weekend that they had all last week is over. We're not going to have people who don't own the game destroying the servers. But you'll probably get a bunch of noobs playing the game who got it for Christmas. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for that tonight. To actually play it and hopefully have good server connection for the first time in about a week and a half. Okay? I'm off from streaming tomorrow. Yes, I know. People will be like, what? But you just had a million days off. First of all, it wasn't a million days off. I had my regular Tuesday off. Okay? Then I did a gaming marathon on Wednesday. Thursday, I had the night stream off for Christmas Eve, and I did have Christmas Day off. So, yes, I took a day and a half off for a holiday. And I don't foresee myself taking any other significant time off anywhere in the foreseeable future. We're back to... excuse me, oh my goodness. We're back to normal here. Normal full-time streaming 6 days a week. And, I got to make progress. Like I told you guys, over the course of this weekend, my goal right now is to make massive progress in these games that I'm playing. Okay? Actually, all 3 games. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk, and Yakuza 7 are incredibly long games. Tons of content. And I really need to hunker down and play these and get as far as I can. Because if I don't, and I beat around the bush, I'm never going to finish these games. These are games that some of these I've been playing since early November. Right? So I really need to focus in on these 3 specific games and make a push to finish them. Alright? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to rush through them and not do side content and the like. But I definitely need to continuously play them to make progress. Okay? So, the good news with that is, Cyberpunk. We are nearing the end of it. For those who've been watching the playthrough, people yesterday told me that if I really wanted to beat it, I could just beat it right away. There's only about 3 hours of story left. Now, the thing is, I don't want to just rush through and beat it. There is other side content in the game that people are telling me is pretty meaningful that I should do. So I probably will. And so maybe Cyberpunk will be completed within the next 1 to 2 weeks. Now, when I beat Cyberpunk, the next game that I'm going to be playing is Immortals Fenyx Rising, a game that most people did not play. The game actually sold so poorly that it's half price already. Not even a month after its release, it's being sold for half price. It just got forgotten. It got swept under the rug between all the launch titles for PlayStation 5 and then the release of Cyberpunk. Pretty much everyone just skipped it. So I've heard great things about it. I've heard if you like an open world action RPG style game like Breath of the Wild, this game is actually outstanding, plus has great writing and good world design, but no one played it. So I'm interested in this. I definitely want to play it. So hopefully you guys will join me for that. Once I beat Cyberpunk, it looks like Cyberpunk will be beaten, like I said, within the next week or 2 weeks, and then it will be Immortals Fenyx Rising next. After that, I'm not sure what I'm playing. It could be Hades, which is one of the contenders for Game of the Year for many people, and I missed it. I didn't even know about it until other people had played it for a while and said it was a great game. I never really got around to it, so maybe that. Also in the month of January is Hitman 3. I'm definitely playing that. And then we'll go from there. We'll see what else is available to play and what's going on. All right? Keep in mind, yes, Divinity Original Sin 2 will be a playthrough this year. We need to get through the current slew of games I'm playing before we even consider playing it. What you got to remember is I'm in the midst of so many lengthy, drawn-out games and incredibly long RPG and Yakuza. There's no way I could be doing another one of those kind of games right now. Okay? So, that's the deal, my friends. All right? That's what you can expect gameplay-wise. This week coming up after I'm off, or after I come back from my day off, I'll be back on Wednesday with more Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed. Thursday will be more Yakuza and Black Ops Cold War. Friday will be more Cyberpunk and my weekly throwback Street Fighter session. Yes, it is official. Street Fighter has come back into the mix as a regular stream. Once a week, I'll be doing old school Street Fighter again, at least as long as I can keep it working. Reason I say that, it's tough, man. This game is so bare bones for functionality, and it's work to actually put in a 2-hour session of old school Street Fighter these days because of the trolls and because I can't make a lobby that's consistent. People drop and then the trolls come in. You can't kick the trolls, and it's fucking ridiculously stupid. Okay? So, we shall see. We shall see what happens, but I'm looking forward to all the gameplay and fun in the next few weeks. Keep in mind, the new year is right around the corner, my friends. What does that mean? New year, new subscriber goal. And once the new sub goal is set up for the month of January, it's going to be for the return of the retrospective event. If we hit the subscriber goal in the month of January, which I don't know what it'll be yet, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I'm sure there's going to be some sub bombs that are going to expire over the next few days. But anyway, if we hit the subscriber goal for the month of January, the retrospective event shall return. You guys will be able to nominate your favorite moments from my over 12 years as a consistent content creator on the internet. That's right. I've been doing it for 12 freaking years. And we'll go back down memory lane. We'll do a marathon where we watch back your nominated moments. I love doing that. Seriously, like some of the things that we see during those events are so cool because it's the first time I've ever had a chance to go back and watch that content again. And sometimes I just create stuff I never even remember I did it. So it's been awesome to go back and experience that stuff. In some cases for the very first time since I made it. All right. If you remember, holy crap, the last retrospective event happened in February of 2019 or 2020. Yes, it actually was almost a year ago, and it spawned the vest. Wearing the vest as a reward for hitting a tips goal. The vest streak was born just shortly after that. What a year it's been. It feels like yesterday, yet here we are, and it's the end of the year, right? Pretty crazy. So good stuff. And I hope you guys will join me for this ride. All right. But anyway, that's going to happen in January. We'll talk more about that when January hits and I'm able to set up that subscriber goal. All right. Outside of all that, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else I need to talk about right now in regards to streams? I guess the last thing I'll say is the year-end series are coming. I know you guys wait for them every year. You're like, where's the Game of the Year awards? Where's the most disappointing games countdown? Can't do them yet this year. I can't even think about doing them until I get further in the 3 games I'm playing. Once I get further into Assassin's Creed, into Yakuza, and once I beat Cyberpunk, once I get near the end of all these games or finish these games, then I can do the year-end series. But I can't do that because I can tell you right now, all 3 games will likely rank in these series for me. So how can I rank them properly until I beat them? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm really hunkering down and focusing on these 3 games. It just makes sense. So, yes, those are coming, but not yet. I got to finish up what I'm working on. Okay? Fair enough? All right. All right, guys. Lastly, before we get to news and then we get to shoutouts, please remember, I am a true independent content creator. I am not in any contract to stream exclusively on any website, nor do I get paid to stream. Some people do. Those biggest streamers you see out there, the big guys that everyone talks about, they literally turn on a stream and get paid. Not me. Okay? I don't have any partnerships / sponsorships with any outside companies. I don't make any money outside of your crowdfunding. It's really you guys who keep this going. The fact that I'm truly independent, I don't answer to anyone, I don't shill for anyone. I'm able to 100% tell you my honest opinions, feelings, and, all that during a stream. It's genuine. When you watch my streams, you're genuinely getting my reactions to what I'm doing, okay? And I hope you guys appreciate that and that you're not watching a paid advertisement. But the reason I'm able to do that is because of your support. 12 years. You guys have supported me. And through crowdfunding now as a full-time streamer, you allow me to keep doing what I love. Thank you for that. Seriously. I appreciate that so much. And I hope that you guys like the content that I put out. All right? And you will continue to support if you do. How can you support the streams? Well, you can cheer with bits. You can subscribe to my channel. Or you can tip me. All right? If you do any of those 3 things, it helps out the streams. Now, if you do any of those 3 things, I'm also going to give you a live shout out here on the stream as a way of saying thank you. In fact, one of my major focuses is the interactivity of the stream and trying to give a shout out directly for every contribution that comes in. Of course, there's some exceptions. There's some people here who are here only to troll, and they cheer just to say insulting or derailing things. You know what I mean? It's up to me what I say and do on my stream. So please understand that. There's some people here who are just here to make us have a bad time, and I'm not going to entertain those people. All right? But in general, I really appreciate every contribution that comes in. I want to say thank you, and I do my best to try to go out of my way to give shout-outs to everyone. Now, understand that certain games are a little bit harder. With an RPG like Yakuza 7, if we're in the middle of a giant cutscene, it may take a little longer for me to do the shout-out, but rest assured I will. Okay? Now, a few things. Number 1, the best way to contribute is by tipping me. Even though I appreciate cheers and subs and gifted subs, and they all help the channel. Tipping me helps me more in the short term, especially with tomorrow being my day off. Tips are the funds that I use to go out and do those things. Go grocery shopping, run errands, pet supplies, have a one day out where I get to have a meal with my wife, even though I can't eat out anymore. We have to order in. All those things are basically taking care of via tips. So if you tip me today, you help me directly with that, okay? And I appreciate that very much. We have tips goals set up as a way of saying thank you for the tips. If we raise $50 in tips, I'll put on my gunner glasses. For $100 raised in tips, which is the tips goal for the stream, you guys get to pick a vest that I'll put on and wear. Right now, last night, we did hit the tips goal, and it was the blue vest that you guys selected. So that means today, any vest would be eligible except the blue. That means beige, red, platinum, camouflaged, or gray are all available vests for me to wear during today's stream. Fair enough? Alrighty then. Thanks in advance to anyone who considers tipping. Now, one final thing. If you are a regular to the streams, if you like the content, and you want to support the streams, there's 2 recommendations I can make for you. First of all, turn off your Twitch DMs. Turn off any way that someone can harass you online easily. Because sadly, people who are regulars, and especially people who contribute to the streams, get harassed by trolls all the time. It's messed up. It's stupid. You might be saying, I don't understand why anyone would waste their time doing that. Well, sadly, rationale does not, reasoning does not work with these people. They're just losers. So I just want you to know that up front. Please protect yourself and understand that that might happen. I personally have turned off Twitch DMs to only being that only friends on my friends list can message me. I recommend you do that as well. In addition, if you are going to contribute during today's stream via tipping, I strongly recommend go out of your way, spend a few extra minutes, and create a verified PayPal account. Why? There's 2 reasons why this makes sense. Number 1, when you make a verified PayPal account, okay, and you link things like your identity, your information, where you live, your address is what I mean to say, and like a bank account, it's much easier. You don't have to keep filling in info and stuff. It pre-populates. It allows you to tip more easily in the future for just convenience purposes. But as for someone like me who's running a business, it protects me from fraud. Every single day here, I get tons of fraud on my stream. So people who come with fake credit card numbers and charge up anonymously, and then they charge back later, meaning, fake tip, and then a month later someone says, oh my god, I saw a charge on my credit card that's not mine, and then they charge back, and now I lose that money, plus it hurts my PayPal account in multiple ways that I don't want to get into. It's technicalities. So it's a pain in the ass. All right, it's gotten so bad that during live streams I basically have to audit tips. When I get a tip, I have to check my PayPal account and see, oh, is this someone who I know and trust, who has a verified PayPal account that I'm protected against fraud, or is this an anonymous tip via an anonymous credit card that's probably a chargeback attempt at a stolen credit card. It sucks. I don't like doing that. It does derail the stream somewhat, but I have to do it to protect my business. Without doing that, I could literally have ridiculous amounts of trouble financially behind the scenes, and obviously I can't have that, okay? So if you create the verified PayPal account, it protects me from that, and I just see immediately, oh, tip's legit, we're good, we move on. And it's a good positive feeling versus, my God, now I don't know if this is real or not. It's a nightmare, okay? I apologize in advance if I have to audit tips today, especially because these people are impersonating people. I wish that I could prevent it. I can't. PayPal has no protections whatsoever for streamers. It allows people to use these anonymous credit card tips, and there's no way to turn them off. I've looked in the settings. You can't prevent it. It's ludicrous that that's the case, but yeah, you cannot prevent someone from doing the anonymous credit card checkout tip. So fraud is basically just going to keep happening. There's nothing I can do about it, all right? So thank you again in advance. Thank you to anyone who does contribute to my streams. It keeps me going. It really does. That's the main source of income that I get. And thank you in advance for putting up with any kind of annoyance that we have on the stream as a result of having to tip audit and all of that, okay? Alrighty then. Alright, let's just move right on. Gaming news today. There's only one piece of gaming news, and this is a piece of gaming news that I'm not shocked at all. This is like, I 100% understand why. So, many of you may remember a game named Dreams, and many of you may not. What is Dreams? Well, Dreams is the game that Media Molecule, the people who made Little Big Planet series, was working on for the longest time. If you actually watched E3s from the last several years when E3 actually existed before COVID, you would actually see Media Molecules there almost every year during the Sony press conference, working on this weird project called Dreams, which is a game where you can basically use it to make other games. Like, what? I mean, yeah, basically it's like Little Big Planet on steroids. Instead of being limited to a suite of creation tools that really are just for platforming and a few other variations, Dreams allows you to make whatever kind of game you want. And people have made all kinds of stuff in there, including survival horror, action, adventure, RPGs, beautiful landscapes. Some people just do it for artistic purposes, making gorgeous looking landscapes and things, okay? So the game certainly is of a good amount of quality, all right? From what I've seen on the internet, I haven't played it myself. Why don't I play it myself? Because I don't care about that. I've told you guys that since day one. Since the day Little Big Planet came out, I explained to you guys, I don't care about making my own games. If I wanted to make my own games, I would be in the gaming field. Like, I would become a game developer. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. And sadly, people hated on me for that. They're like, what? Why don't you understand that making your own game with Little Big Planet is a cool thing to do and all that? And I took a lot of shit for it. 10 years ago, Little Big Planet came out. People were like, oh, Phil, you're just a stick in the mud or whatever. You really should try to make your own game in it. And I never really cared, okay? So my opinion is this. If I'm going to pay $60 for a game, I want to play a game. I don't want to pay $60 to get tools to make my own game. What did I pay for then? I paid you to make a game, right? So I never cared about that stuff. But apparently, there's a lot of people who do like that kind of stuff. I mean, why else would Dreams be created, right? So you might not even realize this, but Dreams came out this year. I know, like, no one had talked about it. The game came out. I saw maybe a few media articles about it when it released. I didn't hear a damn thing about it after that. Nothing. Tell you why. 2 reasons. Number one, because again, most people are like me. They don't want to spend money to make a game. You get paid to make things. You don't pay to make things. See what I'm saying? So some people saw this as a really cool creative tool to do artistic stuff. That's great. I heard a lot of people make knockoff games. Look, it's fake Resident Evil and stuff like that. Good for you. And that's kind of my attitude. Is like, and like, how was I supposed to be excited about this? This reminds me, every few years, the gaming media gets so up their own ass about something, and they always over-promote or over-hype something, and then it falls flat on its face. First it was, VR is going to be the world-changing thing. VR is going to... PSVR, Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, or whatever the fuck it's called. Oh my god, it's going to change the face of gaming. You guys have no idea. And then VR came out, and, alright, for about a year people cared about it. And then after that, no one talked about it ever again. I mean, we didn't even talk about VR until Half-Life Alyx came out, and then we stopped talking about it again entirely, right? Like, that's what it is. It's a thing, it's a gimmick. Yes, there are people who like it, but it was hilarious how the gaming media overhyped the shit out of it to make you think it was important, and then it just died entirely because the consumers don't really care about it. I hate to say it, this whole buy a suite of tools to make your own game deal is not popular. It never was. Little Big Planet was popular because it had a cutesy mascot that was synonymous with the PlayStation 3, that was a really good platformer with some cool, ingenious things integrated in it, and then it had some creation tools. So people would buy it, play the platforming portion, co-op with their friends and stuff, and then they would just mess around with a bit, with the creation. That's why it was popular. No one was saying, hey, take out all the gameplay elements of the game and just make a creation suite. And that's what they did. So this thing came out earlier this year, and all the critics praised the shit out of it. It's the best creation suite you'll ever see on a console. Amazing for you. No one bought it. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because today there was an article from Kotaku. Dreams is dying. People are creating content and no one's playing it. Yeah, because no one cares. No one cared to begin with. The same with VR. Like, these people overhype the fuck out of us. Journalists, I swear to God, they live in another world than us people who actually play the fucking games. I don't know what galaxy they're in. They're in the fucking, another quadrant of the universe. Like, what the fuck? Why did you think this would be something important that would be popular? Why did you think that? Did you even spoke to a single human outside of your office who maybe isn't some hipster idiot who fucking thinks that everything that's cool and trendy is going to be a bestseller? You know what I mean? Like, VR was cool and trendy. And guess what? No one cares. Creation suites are cool and trendy. Oh my god, I can make my own games. Look how artistic they are. No one cares. And the common gamer is not going to drop $60 to sit there and make their own game. That's what they're paying the $60 for, to play the game they bought. So why are you shocked that no one's playing Dreams and people are making amazing artistic masterpieces and no one cares, and no one's going to pay $60 to play them, right? No one cares. It's the thing is like, I really feel gaming journalists had this giant disconnect from reality, the reality of what gamers actually want. They feel that every game needs to be artsy-fartsy, over-the-top artistic, and if it doesn't do something risque like that, it's not a good game. Or, oh, that's just an average game, right? And that's really how I feel they even review games these days. You have a game that has tons of content, great graphics, great gameplay. Oh, but you know what? Didn't do anything crazy artistic outside the box, so that's like a, just, it's okay. But that's not what gamers want. The common gamer, the person who made gaming the biggest industry this year, By the way, gaming is the biggest entertainment industry in the world. This year it made more money than sports and movies combined. All right? Undoubtedly, it's a dynamo. It is the future of entertainment, interactive medium. All right? The common person who buys a game doesn't care about this gimmick shit. But the gaming journalists don't seem to understand that. They're lost in some weird esoteric world where everything is a fucking intangible, artsy-fartsy desire. You know what I mean? Like, what are they looking for in a game? And why do they hire these fucking people? It looks like all they're doing is they're trying to get these kids like out of journalism college instead of people who actually know anything about gaming. You know, I don't care how well you can write an article. If you don't understand games, then don't write an article about fucking games, you idiot. But this, like, I'm reading this article this morning. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is like common sense. People could have told you, for years, they were showing Dreams at E3, and everyone was like, don't care, move on to the next segment, this is stupid, no one cares about this. So what makes you surprised that when the game came out, no one cared about it? And now here we are, the game's not even out for a year, it's dead. No one will play anything that anyone makes. Like, I'm just lost. How we have this whole separation of journalism versus people who actually buy and play the games, and how we disagree so strongly on these topics. Like, your job is to cover games. You should have your finger on the pulse of the common gamer to understand what's important to them, to understand what they need, what they want. Not, oh, I live in some fucking different world, right? Where I probably went to a fucking Ivy League school, where now I'm a journalist, and I just write articles that have nothing to do with anything that connects with the common person who's playing video games. Of course no one likes Dreams. No shit. So fucking ridiculous, man. And the thing that gets me is then people will take what these gaming journalists say as like fact. Like, oh, well, they said that Dreams is an outstanding game and no one's playing it. Oh, what a shame. No, Dreams is a fucking creation suite no one cared about. No one cared about it every single year at E3. No one cared when they talked about it. It's not shocking it didn't sell, and it's a waste of everyone's time and money. So don't make an article saying, oh, it's a shock that no one's playing it at the end of this year. No, it's not a shock. Normal people never cared about it. You're the one who hyped it because you are artsy-fartsy idiot who doesn't fucking pay attention to what gamers actually want. Holy crap. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, guys, I ranted. I raved. Now I'm done with the rants and the raves. Everyone's freaking out. That option does not exist. Someone's saying, oh, there's an option to turn off tips that aren't with a registered PayPal account or whatever. Yeah, it doesn't exist. I'll check right now, but it doesn't exist for me. I think it's because it's only available to a ultra hyper premium business account or some shit. Here, let's see here. Yeah, I don't even see it. They said click on the, what was it, the profile tab or whatever. There's no option here at all for that. Yeah, I don't see it. There it is. So, yeah, profile sub tab. Click on website payment preferences under selling preferences column. That doesn't even exist. I'm serious. That doesn't even exist. The things you're referencing don't exist. You're referencing probably an old article. So PayPal keeps changing their website constantly, and so half the stuff that you look online for reference doesn't exist on the site anymore. There's no such thing as a profile sub tab or anything. It doesn't exist. All there is profile settings, and that has absolutely nothing to do with accepting kind of payments. Let's see here. Here's my preferences. I can tell you right now, I'm looking at it. Can I accept foreign currency? That's one. Can you block accidental payments? And I actually have that. Yes, block accidental payments. Okay. Something about e-checks, which has nothing to do with it. Block non-U.S. shipping addresses. Obviously, I don't want to do that because people outside the U.S. tip me. Add instructions to seller input field. That doesn't even make sense. Here, you can only block people who have non-U.S. PayPal accounts. That's what it is. Yeah. So, basically, it says block payments from users who have non-U.S. PayPal accounts. Don't want to do that. This doesn't even make sense. Initiate payments from a pay anyone tab of send money tab. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, there's no option to do this. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. I'm looking right now, it doesn't exist. Yeah, the only options PayPal give me is to basically like block international payments. That's it. There's nothing there about blocking the express checkout payment. It doesn't exist. I keep telling you guys that people are like, oh no, no, it really doesn't exist. Some people just don't believe me. I don't know why. But yeah, it just doesn't exist. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why it doesn't exist, but it doesn't. Now someone says, oh, it's on Streamlabs. You do realize that's not what the thing just said. It just said it was from fucking PayPal, right? Oh my god. Oh, it's on Streamlabs. Where? That's even less options on Streamlabs, seriously. Under the Burnell section of the settings, yes. Have I ever tried contacting PayPal, seeing if they can help? Yes, they don't help at all. If you call PayPal, you talk to a customer service rep who says everything to do with chargebacks and disputed payments is dealt with an international office. I actually confirmed with them it's in India. And you cannot ever talk to anyone over there. It's not possible. They do their own thing. They're completely independent from the customer service group, and they refuse to help you. I called them about 2 years ago. When I first got my first major chargeback, I called them about it, and they're like, nope, we can't do shit. So essentially what they have is they have a center in India, probably a call center. There's no calls, though. They just sit there, and they have criteria that they follow, probably like a checklist, and they just check off the boxes with data, and you either just randomly get a case won or a case lost, and there's no way to dispute it, and you're fucked. Yeah. And they probably pay them, like, the least amount of money possible to do the job, too. So, anyway, yeah, there's no way to do it. I keep telling you guys, everyone wants to insist that there's no way to do it. Can't stop it in PayPal. And there's no way to do it in... there's absolutely no way to do it in Streamlabs either. Although people like to yell at me and tell me that it's not true. It's true. There's no way you could do it. Yeah, look, I'm looking right now in Streamlabs. You can have suggested amounts, preferred lingo. There's the link to the page. Yep, there's nothing there. I knew it. I'm looking right now. There's nothing there. Absolutely nothing to stop anyone from doing the anonymous checkout. Yeah, which I knew, but, why not go the extra mile just to double check, and I did, and there's nothing here. Just as I knew, because I'm not stupid. Okay, anyway. Wasting everyone's time. All right, let us now get to shoutouts, my friends. Okay? Okay. So, our first shoutout today is from none other than Golden Colts, who did a few overnight cheers. First, Golden Colts cheered and said, how come you never enjoy your repast on stream. What the fuck? You could eat a simple meal like a plowman's lunch, which is like a charcuterie board or Lunchables with real bread and onions or pickles. Well, I will eat on stream for a DSP tries it, but outside of that, I will not. I think that it would be gross to be shoving food down my mouth on stream. Listen, I already burp all the time. Can you imagine if I was eating and drinking on stream, the incredible amount of gas and flatulence that would be taking place here? You guys are here for gameplay. You're not here to see me eat a fucking smorgasbord of food. You know, cheese smeared all over my face, peanut butter running down my chin, grape juice squirting at the camera. You wouldn't want to see that. It's disgusting. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. That's why I refuse to eat on camera unless it's a special thing for DSP tries it. Okay? Golden Colts cheered again. He said, not more Yakuza. The entire chat is going to be like, good night, blue cheese. Okay, I have no idea what the fuck that means. Golden Colts cheered again. He said, if I can only eat one food the rest of your life, what would it be? The rules are, it must be a single ingredient, cannot be like breakfast cereal or trail mix, because that is more than one ingredient. All right, Vegemite. Fantasy Star has cheered, and is actually the first cheer of the day. So Fantasy Star PG, let's get them on the leaderboard. Let's see here. $50-bit cheer to get started. Okay. Okay, it says, Ghost of Tsushima did a good job of digging into the Assassin's Creed lore, but I feel the real Assassin's Creed games are better due to years of experience Ubisoft has had to perfect the series. Ghost of Tsushima did give hints the second game will dig more into the Assassin's Creed lore by bringing in Scouting Bird and sea travel and battles. This may be a Tomb Raider versus Uncharted scenario again. This time around, Ubisoft is a way more polished studio than Crystal Dynamics. Now, what I feel is Ghost of Tsushima took the best parts of the Assassin's Creed franchise that Assassin's Creed has actually forgotten about, okay? You know, interesting and good stealth mechanics that we've wanted to return to Assassin's Creed for the past 3 games, and they're in there, but they're very, very scarce. I mean, let's take a look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you do raids, where all you do is you run in screaming at the top of your lungs, alerting everyone in the town, and fighting them head up. That's the whole point of a raid. You see? That's a gameplay element now. Like, forget the stealth. Not to say you can't do stealth. There is definitely stealth in the game, but it's not the focus anymore. Ghost of Tsushima made it so that if you want to become super stealthy, you can, and even added in some variants to abilities and things from Assassin's Creed that make them like even better than what was in Assassin's Creed. Okay, like they could combo stealth kills and stuff, pretty sweet. However, excuse me, it also added in a robust combat system that I felt was actually better than the combat system that Assassin's Creed has had in this last several outings. So I kind of feel like it was the best of all worlds. It was like, you could do stealth if you want, and that played like Assassin's Creed, and it was great. You could do head-up combat if you want, you know what I mean? That was actually the samurai way, was to try to do more head-up combat and no stealth. So it was interesting seeing Jin have to choose how he wanted to take out his enemies. And that was part of the game. Do I feel there's going to be naval combat and shit? No. Ghost of Tsushima is not about that. If there's a sequel, you're not going to have naval fucking combat. Trust me. I think you're stretching here. You're really stretching to act like Ghost of Tsushima is 100% Assassin's Creed. It's not. There were many gameplay elements in that game that were very different. I mean, the whole exploration element, right? Trying to find the shrines, following the foxes. That was completely unique and different from anything Assassin's Creed had done. The game world design was gorgeous design. These different locations that looked totally different. The color contrast and everything. Oh my god. It really was like a best-in-class example of that kind of game, what it could do. It was. So there you go. Phantasy Star PG cheered again. He said, with Fable and Perfect Dark making a comeback, I hope Microsoft Studios will pick up Scalebound. The game was canceled because Platinum Games was making Microsoft development money, but wasn't making Scalebound their priority. I would like to see Scalebound make a return. Xbox One didn't have Lost Odyssey or Blue Dragon. It would bring in people who love JRPGs. It's true. Xbox One didn't have great RPGs. It's just true. Xbox 360 had those exclusive games from that studio. What's the name of that studio? I forgot what they were called. Or was it Earthwalker or something like that? You know, the people who previously had made Dragon Quest and or Final Fantasy games, teamed up to make a series of amazingly awesome RPGs. Both Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon were amazing. But Scalebound, yeah, you know, Scalebound's one of those interesting game dev stories of they were making it, but they weren't putting their full priority on it. They wanted to do other stuff too. And Microsoft got pissy about it because they were like, we're giving you all this money to develop, you know, game, and you're not really working on it full time like we'd expect you to. And apparently they had a lot of stuff done, right? It was Mistwalker Studios. That's what it was, Mistwalker, by the way. But anyway, yeah, apparently they had a lot done for the game. But then they kept putting the game kind of on hold to work on their own individual projects, and that's what got Microsoft pissed off. So, would it ever come back? Doubtful. I don't think so. I mean, you may see a partnership again in the future, but I doubt they're ever going to go back to the same drawing board there to keep working on the same ideas. I think that game's been there, done, right? Chill Positive Frog has subscribed to the channel. Thank you for that. Christian L045 did a 100-bit cheer and said, good morning, DSP. Good morning to you, Christian. Good to see you. Hope you're ready for some Yakuza fun, because we're going to have some shortly here. Christian L045 is a 100-bit cheer. Thank you. I actually can't wait to jump right back into Yakuza because we're in the middle of a major story mission right now. So, let's see here. Super Sly Gaming cheers. At least the journalists were right about The Last of Us 2. Oh, we all know that. We were dead on. Best game in history. Like, The Last of Us 2, when it came out, it changed the gaming landscape, and we don't ever need to play any other game. In fact, some people have said they're only going to be playing The Last of Us 2 from start to finish from now till they die. That's it. It's all they need to play, because no game will ever top what was done in that game. All right? Sadly, I hate to say it, obviously I'm being facetious here, but the accessibility features of that game actually are the best, like, in any game. Like, I've never seen that much accessibility in any game ever. So they actually are best in class for certain things. It's just a shame that the insane amount of controversy surrounding that game made it so dividing of a game. And I hate to say it, but it's just going to leave so many bad feelings and bad sentiments this year for people who genuinely didn't like the game for legit reasons, and they were all told, you're wrong, you're an idiot, you're a bigot. You know, people are going to remember that. So, I guess we'll see what happens. Tom Van Woodswinkle cheered and said, you're right, PayPal's customer service sucks. Yeah, they do. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I called to talk to them, and once I explained what they did, they were like, oh yeah, we understand live streaming and everything. I was like, well, can you help me? No. They're like, no. Why? Well, because anytime that there's an issue with a tip, like a chargeback, a dispute, it's handled by an outside third-party office that has nothing to do with domestic customer service. It's international in India, and they deal with it, and you are not allowed to talk to them directly at all. Never, under any circumstance, are you ever able to contact them. What you need to do is when you have this issue, like if a tip gets charged back, you need to fully give them all the information in the online form you filled out on PayPal, and that's the information that they review, and that's it. That's it. They will not talk to you directly to get a situational explanation of what's going on. They don't care. All you can do is give them the information, and they handle it. Sometimes you'll get a positive outcome, sometimes you won't, and you have no control over it. And by the way, there's no consistency. Sounds good. Sounds like a great way to run a business, doesn't it? Anyway. Oh, I spelled it wrong? You're absolutely right. Sherman of You cheered. He says the city is called Ijincho, not Ishinjo. Renamed the stream, or it will be taken down. Oh, it will be taken down? The stream will be taken down because I named the city incorrectly. Oh my god. The stream has been stricken from the bowels of Hades for a spelling error. Take it down. Burn it all down. Take that shit down right now. Everyone, mass report my stream for a spelling error. Let's get that shit taken down right now. Anyway, yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't know why I forgot how it's spelled. Ijincho. Right? There we go. We're taking it down. Amazing. All right, so guys. Reminder, today, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Today's the first day of the week when it comes to streaming here on Twitch. What that means is that Twitch considers Monday the first day of the week. It's weird because everywhere else Sunday is the first day of the week, but according to Twitch, it's Monday. And because of that, they reset the leaderboards for cheers as well as sub gifting. So those leaderboards are going to be reset now, and we're going to have new people up there. I'm currently attempting to refresh my chat so that I can actually see the leaderboards refreshed. It's not working. I'm going to try again. It's not working. I may have to reload it and pop out the chat. So, all right. I guess I'm just going to have to do that. I'm glad that I restarted the PC about a day ago, because at least now the PC is moving at a decent pace. But it just sucks that I can't get the leaderboards to load properly. Man, do I need a new laptop. This thing is terra-bad. Okay, pop out. Let's see if this works. Yes, good. It just loaded. For some reason, if I refresh the chat, the leaderboards don't update. But then if I, but then, if I pop it out, refresh the dashboard, and pop the chat back out, it works. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, let's do some shout-outs. All right? Thank you to everyone for your support. The week is young. In fact, like I said, we just started. But thanks to those who cheered today, including Serpent of Eve, Busker Doofus, Tom Van Woodswinkle, Super Sly Gaming, Christian, Fantasy Star PG, who all cheered, but Golden Colts is actually the top cheerer so far. Thank you, Golden Colts. No one has gifted a subscription yet. No surprise. I just started streaming. But if you wanted to get up on the leaderboard, guys, now is a great time. If you either cheer or if you gift a subscription to the channel. Okay? Either of those things. You will be able to get a not only a shout out, but you'll also very likely be able to get on the leaderboard and get some extra attention. All right, pretty cool. Very cool. Wow, my email's all screwed up. What the hell? You know there's something going on when you open your email and the first email you see is from 2016. That ain't right. Alright, so anyway. Yes, if you cheer or if you gift the sub today, chances are you're going to get right up there on the leaderboard because it's a fresh week. The leaderboards have completely reset. Okay? Alright, so I really don't have anything else to talk about or shout out. So I want to say thank you guys, in advance for any contributions today. And again, tipping me helps me more than anything. Please consider tipping me if you can. Thank you to anyone who does tip. And I'm looking forward to a great Yakuza stream. I hope you guys are. All right? So we're done. If you can believe it. We're actually done. We can take a brief break. I'm going to go use the restroom. Turn on my PS4. And then it's going to be time for Yakuza. Okay? So thanks, guys. I'll be back after a short break. I'll see you in just a bit for Yakuza.